I haven't left my house since graduation. I remember clearly still the last day of school that I was having. I was invited to a classmate's house. I, as a little bit of a social artist, you could say, attended, but it did take a little bit. It did take some encouragement. It did take some help, you could say, some assistance from my other classmates. I was walking to the harbor in my local village, and there was a car that picked me up. Oh wow. And that was another one of my classmates, 2 of them in the car, and then we were free, and then we went to the city, so about half an hour of drive, and then we arrived. And then we arrived at another classmate's house, where we met even more of our classmates. This was our graduation breakfast, or whatever they call it. They call it student breakfast in Sweden. Student frukost, or whatever it was. Student breakfast. It was quite interesting. Yes, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was very good. We played some, we ate some stuff, and yeah, some interactions, some stuff like that. And then I was kind of almost fading into the background, talking sometimes and stuff like that. I was there at least. And then there were cricket, and then I remember there was a lamp that broke. I have no idea how, but I guess it was loose or something, but it broke in the yard, and the small yard in the apartment. And then there were grass there, and we played some not cricket, the other thing where there is a king and there is wooden poles, and then you have some not wooden handles, small wooden sticks. It's not sticks, they were quite cylindric shape form, and then you threw them, and you threw down 5 to 6 of these wooden poles or whatever they were, and then the king, I don't know what it's called, whatever it's called. We played that little game, and it was kind of funny. And I remember going to the gym, if I remember correctly. I went to the gym like the last day, and I was it was like, yeah, that's it. And by the way, like hours before, after we got back to school after this breakfast of ours, I went to the middle of the city, and we met up to eat lunch. Hilarious student lunch after student breakfast. And then we met up with the rest of all our classmates from both the whole year. So both the class, there were 2 classes in 1 year. So we met up with everyone at a lunch place, I don't know, and there came some weird lunch, and naturally I didn't eat anything, as I don't eat such thing. I am very particular with what I eat. I don't eat like vegetables, seeds and stuff. I'm even more particular now than I was 2 months ago. Before I was like raw cooked carnivore, now I'm like raw carnivore. So I've changed a lot. But the point there is, this was like the last meal. This was like the little bit like the last meal before we go, last meal before we part, last meal before a new chapter of my life is to appear. And I've looked for mums for this day, like, oh yeah, finally, after mums, bro, finally quit school. But this was the last day. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna soon quit school. This is the last day. I then sit there, we listen to some speeches. Some of them were actually good of the teachers, and then there were actually 1 or 2 or 3 students that made speeches, and some of them were quite emotional. I think one was even a confession or something, if I remember correctly. Damn, that guy, bro, he better get that girl, bro. He made a good speech, bro. It was an incredible speech, I will say that. And that was kind of it, like, that was it, and it was good. And then we ran as we graduated, we ran. And then you saw different families, and I remember seeing like my grandparents, my father and mother, they held a poster, almost a wooden pole with me, baby face of me, so a picture of me when I was like a baby or something. And they were like waving. Yeah, I'm like, bro, what? Bro, Eskil 2 years old, me 2 years old. This is how I look like. How I guess that's how I look like. And then they waved it, so I'm like, bro, is this the graduation party, huh? Seriously? Yeah, that was the last time. And then my brother were not there yet. He was on his way, and he arrived, and they ate some ice cream. My grandparents, my sister, and I don't eat ice cream because it's primal, bro. Now I do. So it was then that we part ways. Supposed to go home, we're supposed to have some fun, whatever, but no, wait, I didn't go home. I didn't go to the gym. No. I remember actually going home. I didn't go to the gym, now when I think back. I went to the car with Dad and sister, yeah. Then oh yeah, and then there was like a festival thingy where they want to go, so I'm like, okay, fine. And then we met up later, like 40-50 minutes later, and then when we were back to the car, my sister dropped something of my mother's that were really important. That got kind of sad, and they didn't find it, so it was extremely unfortunate. What a careless mistake, and so on and so on. But then we were going home, and then I put on my favorite Alexander the Great speech. I don't know why I liked it. It was like from Epic History. There was a video about Alex the Great, best speech in history or whatever. I was searching about best speeches because I want to improve my speaking skill, and then I found it, and I'm like, hell yeah, this is good shit, bro. Yeah, so I listened to that in the car, and you know, it's kind of a interesting story. Alexander the Great, the king of the Caecilians and the satrap. Jag med satrap of a former glory. This is what Philip, my father, did for you. This is what you have gained from me. And then he talked about conquering all of Trison's, even from the Big Sea, Gulf, bro. He was talking about conquering half like a fucking continent or something, and it was very good. That was a speech. And then I came home, and then like normally nothing happens. It's like, yeah, graduation, whatever, I feel good. And it's like a weight lifted off my shoulder, and now what do you think I do? I didn't set myself on a rut right away. I went to the gym the day after. And you wanna know something? How I felt when I woke up? I still remember it now. How I woke up. It was like, yeah. Like, I wasn't super excited, I wasn't super tired, it was just like normal. Nothing's fucking changed. But then it was like 7 AM, 8 AM, I was a little stressed in the morning when I'm like, oh, I don't have school, okay? And then I went to the gym instead at that time. And then I did an hour or two of gym, I felt tired, and then I biked a mile, I felt tired, and I've exercised way too much, now I'm really tired. Then I come home and then I'm like, I'm too tired to do anything, then I sat down lounging around, and then I watch some YouTube, and then I do that for the rest of the day. Then the next day, I make some videos, and then after that, I keep doing these stressful morning routines. I keep exercising this much, bike a mile per day, I'm gonna do cardio, I'm gonna do gym, I'm gonna do this and this and this, when most of the things require discipline to do, meaning most of the things I didn't actually really wanna do. If something requires discipline every single time you do it, you don't wanna do it. If it requires discipline sometimes, then it can still be good. This video, actually, I wanted to record it. Sometimes it requires a lot of discipline, but most of the time I actually want to record it, so I'm free recording this. So I became free of the school system, but then I enslaved myself. And you can say, oh, but at least you're enslaving yourself instead of letting someone else enslave you. It was better, but let me tell you something. I might actually have done worse myself. Like this gym, this taking bike to this place, doing this thing at this time and this, it became so much for me to bear that I like snapped. And looking back on it is because every time I used discipline, so every time I literally worked against my own senses. Yeah, sure, I might be a low level, I might be a whatever, Jeffrey or whatever. But imagine this, the only guiding post that is not man-made is yourself. Sure, you might be immature and stuff, but you yourself, you're the only guiding post. And that is also why addictions are terrible, because addictions does not help your guiding post at all. But what if you look at your addictions and look at what desires that I wanna fulfill? For the video game, yeah, I want adventure. So it could be adventure exploring in the summer. It's the same as video games. And then anime story. Oh, you can get it from books. And where do you get your story from? Well, you can get it from relationships and romance in IRL as well. I don't have lots of such things, but I can get it from books instead of, let's say, shows or Netflix or anime, whatever. I can get it from IRL or books. And then I looked at, I don't know, like family addictions. I didn't have a big one, but that's like kind of like, yeah, you just want to procreate, bro. Do it in IRL. And then what's another one? You're tired all the time. And I'm like, yeah, it's because you're too stressing, doing activity all the time. So if you're not as stressed, you won't feel as bad. Like, you will just be lounging around all day if you do things that takes up all your energy. What if you remove all the stress-inducing things, so you sleep better, less energy expenditure, then you will have more energy. So I thought of all these things, and I changed a lot in my life. Yeah, because after graduation, nothing changed. In fact, it became a cancer. I got this home cancer feeling where you're like in a hole and you can never get back. I was stuck for months because I was trying to do something I actually didn't want to do. No wonder I am stuck for months, because the other option isn't actually as fun. Oh, but the auto-discipline life is actually more fun. Why can't you not be consistent in it? Because it's actually not what you wanna do. You're fighting against the current. Why are you doing it? Because you wanna be different. You wanna be different. You know what? You can be extremely different by not fighting it. Because let me tell you something. Everyone is a slave to some kind. Some people are slave to their job, 9-to-5 job. They're forced to go almost all their whole day. 9-to-5, bro. Do you know how many hours that is? What is that? 8 hours? I'm awake 14 hours. That's more than half my day. More than half my day, my morning hours. So you can say 80-90% of my life is fucking used in a work environment that I don't even like. That's being a slave. Second part of being a slave is I'm gonna be the richest ever. I'm gonna be the top of the fucking rat race. And I'm gonna pay 50% taxes. So I'm gonna literally save every random guy I don't give a damn about. That's a problem with another rat race, right? Tax and rat race. Third, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire myself. I'm gonna do this business. I'm gonna go to this school. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be reading all the best books. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. You're like a slave to something, right? Why don't you live like naturally? Because if you live naturally, then your life will not look the same. You can't just put down on a paper, oh, this is how you live, because it's impossible when you live naturally. Because I can say I do this thing at this time, it's always changes, but in nature there are some fundamental rules that never changes. And those are the sunlight, the walking, hunting for food. So literally raw meat and raw organs never change, water or blood never change. Sunlight never change. You will always be a lot of hours in the sunlight, especially when it's spring, autumn, or summer. It's winter when we are less in the sun, when we're, you know, inside trying to put a fire on. So yeah, winter we are not outside as much. So yes, you can get away with like maybe 1 or 2 hours outside during winter, but on summer you should spend most of your day outside. Right? It's the hunting and eating raw meat. So being in the sun, eating raw meat, and then it's friends and relationship, it's the tribe, it's stories, it's spending time with your tribe mates. So it's relationships and yeah, both genders, you know, your friends and your girlfriends, your partner, whatever, right? That's what we always done in nature. So what we need is raw meat. We need raw meat. We need raw meats, we need friends, girlfriends, and we need sunlight. Those are like the 4 things we need in nature, so those are the things you should chase, right? Because those are the things that gives you a happy life, right? So yeah. This is more of a freedom, right? It was summer vacation, I had nothing. I recorded some videos because I wanted to. I was out walking here in the summer because it was so bright and I wanted to. Right, I'm like free here, right? There's nothing, I don't even wear a shirt, there's no, I don't need to think about anything, any rule, any whatever, because I'm in nature. And this is what discipline leads to. Oh, but if you're actually disciplined, you won't mess up. But when you're disciplined, you're relying on willpower. So you're relying on a small battery fighting against the current. So you have, oh, I have 100% battery on my phone, I'm gonna survive a week outside in the cold. Well, what happens when the battery goes to zero, your phone? Then your willpower is gone, and then you revert to these. I have actually never managed to be so-called disciplined for a lot of weeks. I've never managed that. And I don't know if that's me being weak or me being not. But it sounds weird that we're literally made to fail. So I don't know what's true. But I will say that when you rely on willpower and you have no relaxation, you have go, cortisol. When you have too much cortisol and you have no release, meaning you have like no no pause, no nothing. Of course people like fat, they want a fucking something, they want less energy, they want less energy because they wanna release the tension in their body. You're building tension every day, you're running, you're working out, you're having this goal, I'm gonna do this much and I'm gonna do this and this and this. And then you build up tension and cortisol throughout the day. And so it becomes a very horrible existence. And this is not a happy life. So the other side of the extreme is sitting in bed all day watching weird content that literally promotes you to eat this shit. Or you're super disciplined all day but you feel like shit. Bro, I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. I don't think I felt better. When I look back, I don't think I felt better in those periods than these periods. These periods I felt the best. But I see no difference between these and working 10 hours a day. I'm both as depressed and both. The one I'm the least depressed is probably this. It's probably this slow life I'm having today, where I record a little bit, I can script one video or more if I want to, I can read a little bit, I can be outside, I can chill no very cortisol-inducing activity. That probably when I'm in bliss the most, when I don't have to think and stress on anything. That is probably the happiest I am here. There's no stress, like I'm literally living in the present moment, right? There's no stress, there's no I have to get back soon, I have to eat this, I have to do this. I'm like, this is me. And then I come back, I want some meat, because that's what food is. And instead of just, oh, I want to eat this, I want to eat this, I have the urge to eat this, I just buy the food that I should eat. So I just buy raw organs and raw meat, and then as I'm hungry, I eat those, and then I keep eating those, and I'm happy. And then the sun is out. Summer is when you spend, we are creatures that should live most of our life, 70 to 80% of our lives outside, and so during winter, that is like the only time we shouldn't be out all day, because it's cold and it could be bad, because literally your instincts and your gut feeling, whatever, everything is telling you, no, it's cold, let's stay inside. Yes, so leaving the cave has really helped me. Because yes, we are not. I don't think we should go with speed. But I do not think leaving the cave is not. I think you must see the sun. Have you also realized that? There's been summers where I've stayed inside all day. I've been more depressed than going outside, just because when you see the sun, like let's say it's light inside because from the sun, you see the sun from your window, then you feel depressed. So it's literally the sun that gives you most of our energy, I've realized. The sun is like the energy god, which makes sense because we can actually get energy directly from the sun, photons through our skin and cells, and it gives our vitamin D, which is actually a hormone, not a vitamin. It's an extremely important part, integral part. It's as important as our diet. And if you haven't seen the sun in a year, it's like you haven't eaten a diet in a year, eaten anything in a year. It's terrible. You're missing a lot of things. And I am myself also missing. Should have a tan or whatever, natural living. So it's been, yeah, it's been a horrible existence since graduation. This was the happiest time of life. This was, I think it was a year ago. It was when I was I was in nature at my my mother's sister, so my aunt's house, and I did some work. Yes, I guess so, but I was out in the nature most of the time. I was not having a shirt on, and bro, shirtless summers, bro. I've only experienced like a couple of days, and oh my god, I like regret not spending like 3 months shirtless when it was the hottest. Here in Scandinavia, it's like only the summer, and even then it's only like in the middle of the summer, the hottest summer, where it's like 30, 31 degrees Celsius, when the sun is actually really strong and you can get a tan. So it's very hard to get a tan in Sweden. You will literally have to be outside in the sun every day shirtless on the most intensive days in order to get a tan in Sweden, but it's possible. And I have gotten tan like 1 to 2 times in my life. I should have gotten it every summer. It should be a requirement. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't do that. I was inside this cave. The tanning was right there, but I was inside here. Yeah, kind of sad, but yes. So I set now the second part is I set realistic, small and fun goals that in the long term would save me. So my hair look kind of weird in this picture, but this was like a week or 2 ago. Whatever. And if I ask you a question, how would your ideal day look like? So I would say what I'm doing right now, right? I woke up and I was like, let's record a video, because it's kind of a habit, yes, but it's kind of enjoyable as well. Like I'm not, it's not like I'm not happy. I'm kind of enjoying this. But I will say though, when the sun is up, I'm happier to record. But yes, I don't have that privilege right now. But yeah, YouTube, I would say, is one thing that I like doing. In the morning as well. Yes, I do. And then probably sun tanning, bro. I've realized how fun it is. I've missed out my whole life, bro. I've had some fun doing it, bro. I missed not doing it more. But yeah, walking and instead of like running, because before I was like running, I was going to the gym. Now I'm like walking, maybe for an hour sometimes, but sometimes I'm just walking just 20 minutes and then get back, or just walk super slowly with no thoughts. Maybe I just meditate walk, where I like focus on my breath or whatever while I'm walking, where I'm like literally 100% present on my breathing when I'm walking. And then reading. Because I literally removed everything in my life that wouldn't help me. So I removed like gym because it cost me cortisol. And honestly, I don't know why. Like, it took all my energy. It took all my energy. It made my sleep worse. I was super stressed. And I don't think I even like going. I did it because of bodybuilding. But then I realized that I injured my joints. And stuff that injured my fucking joints can't be fucking good. And then I became like slow, and then I got like weirdly heavy. Okay, I didn't get really big, but I got like heavier than I want to. And I realized I felt the best when I was just eating like meat and then didn't work out for some weird reason. I don't know why. You can call me skinny, you can call me whatever, but I don't want being bigger. Like when I was like 10 kilograms bigger, I'm like 60 kg, 70 kg, I'm really small, but when I get 80 kg, 85 when I was at one point, I think, I don't know, I just fucking fat and muscle, and what's the point of the extra muscle when I have the fat? Oh, but you can bulk and then cut, and I'm just heavier overall. Why would I make, the heavier you are, the more energy your body takes. So literally walking becomes more energy consuming when you're big. When you're 200 pounds and you walk, that becomes, you've heard that for some people walking becomes exercise. Bro, walking becomes like running for small guys. So running for me is like walking for very big guys. I'm like, why would I make my everyday life harder by having more mass on my body? Oh, stronger this, stronger this, bro. This much, imagine your body needs to carry on another 20 pounds of muscle or fat or whatever. That's just a lot more energy, bro. Then it becomes annoying to walk, then it becomes annoying to exist, because you're just heavier. Yeah, you can delude yourself to think, oh, look at my physique, that you're not gonna use, bro. There are even small guys that can fight better than you. I realize there's no like point other than the goal. A goal setting is probably a good thing, which makes you, I don't know, grounded and stuff like that. Goal setting is a good thing, I think. I think goal setting is a good thing. So my goal is like grow out my hair now. My second is like tanning my skin. It's winter, so I will have to wait. But yeah, growing out my hair, tanning my skin, eating organ meat 2 times a week. I ate it yesterday and I felt amazing when I woke up. I underate though, the other thing, because I underestimated how much you should eat. But yeah, I ate like 100 grams of ground beef and then 250 of liver. I probably should have eaten more ground beef. I should have eaten like 250 and then 500 or more ground beef. Less than a kilo overall. And then some beef tallow for the fat, which is extremely important for testosterone production and hormonal health. The fat is important for fuel. And yeah, that's like what I want to do. I have like goals, and the gym is not actually what I want to do. I'm aging doing it, and I know this because my skin got so much worse every time I worked out. My skin isn't perfect, but I felt the difference. I had like kind of half clear skin, and then I worked out, and then I became like red in the face, and then I got like, then I saw the acne or whatever became more prominent or whatever. It became worse. Like, look at my face here, it's still not good. Like, this is not as worse as it was once, but this is not good. Like, bro, this is not good for someone who eats like meat and stuff. This like looks like someone who eats like a normal diet. So yeah, I have a very bad skin condition that I this is maybe one of the reasons why I'm going this extreme. Organs like 2 times a week, and a lot of beef tallow, grass-fed, highest quality meat, eating it raw, whatever, is because I want to fix this stupid thing finally. And then it's probably sunlight as well. Way too little sunlight. Skin improved a lot when I was out in the sun all day. As well. But what would your ideal day look like? For me, when I'm thinking about it, it's like doing a YouTube video. Then spend like 5, 6, 7 hours tanning in the sun. All day. Very strong sun. And then maybe read a little bit, and that's it. Maybe walk, but then you walk in between when you're outside, because you want to, your body tells you, oh yeah, you want to move your body a little bit more. You're like lying down in the sun 5 hours, then you're like, oh yeah, let's take a 20-minute walk, then you come back and tan again or whatever. So it's like, yeah, sun tanning, a little bit of walking, maybe do a YouTube video there and there. I might get a desire to, oh yeah, let's do a video for 20 minutes. Then I do that and I come back out, or I do a 20-minute video in the morning, then I go out in the sun or whatever, right? So I will probably, even 5-10 years later, still do this. It takes like an hour per day. Record a video, script a video, maybe read for 15 minutes or 20 minutes, an hour a day, and then the rest of the time it's like literally sun tanning and maybe even more reading or whatever, right? So that's what I would still do many years. I would still see the sun 20 years in the future. I would probably still eat this diet 20 years in the future. I would probably still make YouTube videos 20 years in the future, maybe. But I would definitely 20 years in the future still be walking, seeing the sun, eating raw primal diet, probably read something of some kind. A non-fiction book or a fiction book of any kind, probably. Do that as well. So that is probably what I would do. And the reason why it's so hard, I think the biggest reason why this happened is because I had something called streak thinking. So this is the last point of the video. It became quite long, but this is the last point. You have this streak thinking inside you where you accidentally eat some ice cream. Yes, you're cheating on your diet and it can have very bad effect. But then the problem is you're cheating on this, and then you're eating another ice cream because you're already fucked up. Oh, now more protein bar, more bread, more this, more. So you make one mistake, you keep doing more and 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 more. This was me before I cleaned before I cleaned it behind me. It's right behind me, the closet, whatever. This was basically my closet. Pretty terrible, and I had 2 of these, by the way. The one to the right, I have 5 of these closets. This is my 3rd one. Right behind me is the 3rd one, so this is the same one here I have behind me, and then there is 2 closets to the right, 2 closets, one here and one there, and then that's 5 of them. I had like 2 full of these. I was just, oh yeah, you fap once, let's fap 5 times. Oh, I already watched porn. Watch the other ones. I already watched this anime, whatever. Let's binge a whole show now. Let's do more. Let's do more of it. I already did something once. Let's do 50 of it. Right? That's your streak thinking, and it's a very stupid thing. I'm gonna do double of the thing I actually don't want to do. I didn't go to the gym. I'm gonna stress my body double and destroy my body double as much tomorrow. Or I'm gonna destroy my dopamine tomorrow. I'm gonna double down on this that I didn't do today because of I actually didn't want to do it. It becomes, you fail once, reverse momentum. So instead of momentum, oh, you do one thing, you're more likely to do the next good thing. And go, oh, I woke up early, now I'm more likely to record. Now, after that, I'm more likely to read. I'm more likely to do this and this. Reverse momentum, I go on my phone, I'm more likely now to fap. After fapping, I'm more likely to go to a show and cheat the whole day and then go on my phone, having fapped and looking at some content I shouldn't be looking at. Cornhub or other shows. Oh yeah, let's eat some cheating on my diet now, and then let's stay inside all day, and then let's procrastinate the thing I should do for 2-3 days, and then it's gonna take 2 days until I've recovered. So you're putting yourself in remission for like 2 days, because now I haven't left my house, I haven't seen the sun, I've cheated on my diet, I have 50 times, I've depleted everything of me, dopamine is working against me, I feel like absolute shit for 2 days, and then let's... that's basically reverse momentum, it's terrible. and it leads to days of rut. You keep doing this for 2 days, and then after 2 days you're like, oh no, let's keep doing 2-3 more days. And then you fix your diet again, and then you are on it for 1-2 days, and then you cheat again after 2 days, and again and again and again and again, and you end up cheating a lot. And then you can never get yourself out of the hole again. So the problem is that you have like, oh, I failed, you feel worse, and now because I failed, let's go all out, and then that becomes, oh, I failed, and then it takes months before you come back because you're like, I failed, let's keep failing, you're like, I failed, I might as well go all out, might as well have fun now, might as well have fun, listen to your brain, might as well have fun. You're doing this activity to cope with your life. And why do you need to cope with your life? Because you're doing something you don't want to do. You're like, oh, I need to find another cope. You can't, because it's so bad that the only thing that can help you is the thing that saved you in similar situations. When you were in school and having shit tests you hated, the only thing that saved you was the show and the binge eating. It's easy to go back to the thing you did very long ago, and it's easy to go back to those things that are extremely stimulating right now, and then, yeah, it makes your life worse, of course. But bro, you don't care, bro. You're almost half killing yourself because it feels so shit. And that's why binge eating, it's easy to do. It's like simple, frictionless. You want to do it because you almost want to kill yourself. How bad it is. I'm not kidding, that's how fucking bad it is. And that's why all this fucking stress in life is extremely unhealthy. And why you shouldn't live like a slave like that. So when you fail, you're more likely to fail next. So yeah, remove everything that causes you to fail first. If you can't do that, then if you fail, yeah, I failed, whatever, then you get right back. So instead of just, I failed, now I go on YouTube and watch some content I shouldn't watch or whatever. I watch random bullshit entertainment content. What if I just, oh yeah, wait, what I do is I work, I walk, and I eat this diet. Then you're like, oh yeah. Then you go to the refrigerator and eat some beef tallow or some raw beef a little bit, even though you've already eaten it today, because, oh, I'm on the right track. And then you take a walk, you go outside, you see the sun a little bit. And the next day, yeah, you feel kind of like shit, but now you ate some raw meat, even though you shit on your diet. Now you saw some sunlight, even though you were in your room all day, even though you shit on your diet, whatever, right? It improved a little bit. And now the next day, you're already eaten raw meat. Last meal you ate was raw meat in the evening or whatever. Last thing you did was like being out in the sun. You're watching entertainment content, go to education content, you know, do small improvements. You're already on YouTube, watch videos that gives you education instead of just entertainment. You're already eat things that actually gives you nutrition. Oh, you're already being in bed and do productive things in bed. Not many things are productive things in bed, but yeah, I guess having sex with your partner. But if you don't have one, then watch education content maybe. Maybe see the sun, make a small improvement, even though 10 minutes is 10 seconds of sunlight. Make it so you can't lose. Because when your odds of success is your success in life, no, success per day is, oh, to succeed today, so having success today is 10 seconds of sunlight, 10 minutes of sunlight, eating raw meat or organ some kind. Success today is watching educational content or maybe read a book or something. That's success today, and success todays and weeks and months becomes a successful life. So do what you actually want to do naturally. So do what you actually want to do and remove every drug. So do what you actually want to do and remove the junk food, remove the hyper-stimulating content, the short-form content, and the movies and games, and all the drugs, all the vegetables, all the wine, every alcohol, everything like that. And then you're left with sun tanning, being out with like friends all day, eating a fuck ton of meat, maybe read. That's basically it. That's what you're left with.